girly, happy Sunday. Today's video is going to be about what I would do if I had to start over as a lash artist. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Kristen Rocha. I am your lash artist, lash educator, and your lash coach. And so today we're going to be talking about what would I do if I had to start over as a lash artist, because there's a lot of crucial pieces that come to being a lash artist, building a business. And yeah, if I knew all these things that I'm telling you, if I knew this as a beginner lash artist, I would be well off, making a lot more money and a lot more happier in my career. But unfortunately, not everyone learns that way. For example, I didn't. I had to go through a lot of trials and tribulations whenever I first came into the industry, and not only just with lash extensions, but learning how to run a business, learning how to be a businesswoman. There's a lot that comes with it. So I'm going to share with you what I would do if I had to start over. And like I said, you can learn from my mistakes and learn how to avoid these things, or learn how to actually work through these things if this is something that you are experiencing as a lash artist, beginner lash artist, intermediate lash artist, whatever the case may be. So I hope this video helps you. And if you are here on the channel, make sure to hit the like and subscribe and follow button, and hit the notification bell so that way you can stay updated on all of my new videos. Like to post shorts a lot, and I also like to post my long form content for you ladies. So let's go ahead and dive in and get started with our video. So the first thing I would do if I had to start my lash artist journey all over again is I would look for a coach or a professional lash extension artist. All right, when I first came into the industry, I did not look for a professional. I went more of the Mexican way, which Mexican way is more so like, let me see where I can go learn for the cheapest, or let me see where I can go learn for free, or let me see if someone will show their tips and tricks to me. And honestly, that is the worst way to go about learning, because you really need to find someone who you like their lashes, you like the way they model their business, and you would like to follow them and learn from them. And you honestly do need to be ready to invest, because if someone is really good at what they're doing and their craft, they are going to be charging a good amount, so that way they can share those same skills and that same knowledge with you as a lash artist and a lash professional. So the first thing I would do is find someone who has created a lash business that looks successful and is successful, not just looks successful. That's one thing I would also say as well is, well, we're gonna get into following people and knowing how to pick and things like that. But I just want to say, actually finding someone who you just really like, go off the vibes. If you really you feel like, oh my gosh, I love their work, I love their personality, I love their style, I love how they run business. If you like that, then that is going to be a safe bet for you to go with when it comes to learning, okay? But if you pick someone based off of their car, based off their bag, or based off the things they have, or based off of 3D materials, and not really so much, more so status, not so much success in the industry, you may be in for a rude awakening, because there are a lot of lash artists out here who are actually going to work with certain girls and women in the industry who they think have it all, and they think they're going to learn everything and be able to have that same success. But a lot of the girls in the lash and extension industry are just wanting things that really, like, they really can't teach you how to get, because they got that themselves off something completely different, but they're using the lashes and the lash industry to say that they got this and did this, and so learning how to follow, we will talk about following people. But when it comes to being a beginner lash artist, it is crucial that you find someone in the industry who you really like and you can see yourself learning from, being open to learn from that person as well, okay? Because if you expect someone to just do everything for you, that's not a good fit as well either, okay? So the next thing that I would say, if I had to start my lash business over, the next thing I would pay attention to, I would learn about the different work environments as a lash artist, because whenever I first started, I thought I had to be in a salon setting. I thought I needed a salon to thrive. I thought I needed to pay booth rent to thrive. And I thought this was the only way to be a successful lash artist, okay? But one thing that I truly learned as a lash artist is that you have a bunch of different options when it comes to your workplace. So as a lash artist, you do not have to go into a salon setting or a booth rent setting, okay? You can work from home, you can have a she shed, you can have a private office suite, you can choose to work from a salon if that's what you really want to do, but you really do not have to do that, okay? So one thing that I would recommend is finding different workspaces as a lash artist, because whenever I first started, I was paying $175 a week, girl, to be in a salon setting. That did not serve me. It didn't serve my clients. It actually made it a lot harder on my business, and I faced a lot of struggles. And I went this way for almost 2 years doing this business model. So if I had to start over again as a lash artist, I would actually learn the different workspaces that I could work from and grow in.
All right, girly. So the next thing I would do is I would actually try to find a lash extension specialty school. I went to cosmetology school in high school, my junior and senior year, and I did cosmetology, okay? But when I graduated, I had my license, I passed and everything, but I didn't know anything about anything, or how to run a business, or how to take clients, how to get clients in. I did not know how to actually have a full business, which, by the way, a lot of people think they're out here doing business, but unless you've never paid for an ad to get a client into your business or into your establishment, then guess what, girl, you've never had a business before. And I did not know this, because school just houses you for hours and that's pretty much it. They don't show you how to do anything. So because I had a cosmetology license, I did not feel well equipped. I did not have no knowledge. I didn't have no confidence. I didn't have anything needed to be a lash artist or have a business. I did not have at the moment. I wasn't even thinking about being a lash artist at the moment. So if you are a junior or a senior, or you've just got out of high school, make sure to look into the eyelash extension specialty school. Now, this is if you're in Texas. If you are out of the Texas area, out of state, then you do have to do cosmetology or esthetician. That's just how most of the states are right now. I believe some states are working on the eyelash extension specialty license in the area. However, this license is exclusively in Texas. So if you're in Texas, girl, look for eyelash school. Do not go to cosmetology or esthetician school thinking you're going to learn lashes and learn how to create a lash business, because you're not. You're actually just going to learn a whole lot of skills. You're going to feel overwhelmed. So many of my students have told me, and these are students who are currently enrolled in lash school, and they have already went to Cosmo and SD school as well. They didn't finish. They felt discouraged. They felt like they were overcharged and never learned anything. And so it's just not a good mix. So yeah, if I were you, girl, and you don't have a license yet, you've taken maybe some certification classes, just go ahead and look into the eyelash extension specialty license. And I would start right there. Find a school that has it and actually has students graduating and getting their license, and also showing student success. That's super important, because there's a lot of schools who, like I said, they just house students for hours, but they're never giving no real value, and they're not actually helping you succeed in the real business part, which is having your license and learning the skill is half of it, but also learning how to run the business is another big half, and it's very, very important, okay? We don't want you going out of business within a couple of years because you didn't know what to do or you're frustrated. And honestly, it's small, simple solutions, but if you don't know how those work, then it can ruin your business. It can make you lose your business altogether. All right. So yes, that is another thing that I would do if I was a beginner lash artist again, is I would look for a lash extension specialty school. And next, if I was a beginner lash artist, I would not compare myself to others, which I know sounds so cliche. I know, girl, it's so cliche. Put it on a bumper sticker. But I really would not waste my time comparing myself to other lash artists, okay? As a beginner lash artist, when you come into the industry, it is very easy and very normal to look at other lash artists and look at their day 3,654 and compare it to your day one. Okay, so of course it's awesome to look at other lash artists and see what they've done with their business, how far they've come, use it for motivation, of course. But if you are using it more so as in comparing yourself and then feeling really down on yourself and not allowing yourself to really enjoy the moment that you are in, that takes away so much joy, girl, and that's not what we're here for, okay? as a lash artist, make sure to appreciate every single second of your journey, because I know personally, for me, girl, I'm a goal setter, I'm a go-getter, and I'm always to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, that sometimes I forget to enjoy the moment and the present that I have right now. So whenever you get to a point of, because let's say you're watching this video and you've just been thinking about starting your lash journey, okay? And then you get to the point where you're like, oh my gosh, I actually like booked a call and looked in going to school. That's the next, that's the next part of the journey, and you enjoy that moment when you're in. And then you're like, oh my God, I'm actually enrolled in school and I'm actually doing this. You enjoy that moment of the journey. And then you're like midway in and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm actually lashing. I took some clients. I made some money. I'm on my way to getting my license. That's another part of the journey. And then it comes to the end, where you're out of school and you have clients, you're starting to build your business, and girl, it just keeps on going from there, So one thing, if I had to start over again as a lash artist, I would not compare myself at all to anyone in the industry based off their work, based off the things they have, based off their business. I would not do any of that, because we are all so unique and individual and different that I wouldn't waste my time. Now, whenever I first started, did I? Yes, I can completely admit I did. There were so many lash artists who were so cool. They were so pretty. They had the clients, they had the car, they had some of them had their own salon, and I used it as motivation, but there was times where I fell down on myself, because I was like, oh, I've been a lash artist for 2 years and I still don't have a car, and I still don't have these things that all these girls are showing they have, and I just wasn't realizing that it's like every moment is different for each of us, and you really do have to enjoy. But like I said, in that moment, even though I was comparing because of a vehicle or something that someone else had, I had to remind myself in that moment, like, hey, you're here in a whole lash room by yourself taking clients. Remember when you used to be at a job that you hated and you never thought you were going to get out of, So just learning how to be in the moment and actually appreciate the presence is it's a present, girl. That's why they call it the presence. All right. So yes, I would not waste my time comparing myself to any other lash artist in the journey. Another thing that I would do if I was starting over as a beginner lash artist is I would learn myself, girl. So when I say learn myself, I mean, girl, I would get a therapist, or I would write notes and letters to myself, But I honestly would want to learn myself more, because there is things that I didn't know I had to deal with along having a business and being a lash artist. There was a lot of emotions that came. There was a lot of anger, frustration, sadness, sometimes manipulation with clients and me. And there was just a lot of things, a lot of situations that have occurred along my journey of being a lash artist and also a lash educator, with working with students and working with other people. I have experienced a lot of things, but one thing I wish that I would have focused on a little bit more when I started the journey of being a lash artist is knowing myself, knowing my boundaries, knowing what kind of person I am, knowing what kind of clients I want to serve, knowing really what I truly wanted to bring to my business and to my clients. I wish I would have focused on that a little bit more, because honestly, when I first started, it was more so just learn the skill and get clients in and really, that was it. Learn the skill, get clients in, make money. That was it. It was very logical. It was very 1, 2, 3, 4, but honestly, girl, in order to have a successful business, you always need emotion as well. You need logic, and you also need emotion to be an awesome business. And so, like I said, with that emotion, one thing I wish I would have, as a beginner lash artist, would have done more is I wish I would have learned more about my clients. I wish I would have learned how to communicate better. I wish I would have learned how to cater to my clients better. I wish I would have learned myself more and my own boundaries, so that way certain clients couldn't have walked all over me, or certain clients couldn't have treated me that way. I wish I would have not told certain clients, things about myself that were personal and that clients ended up using against me, So when it comes to being a lash artist and having a business, there's also a side of spirituality, girl, that you have to have when it comes to just knowing yourself and knowing, like I said, who do you truly want to show up as, and how can you also match that frequency with other people, so that way you can have those same clients in your chair. Because I didn't know myself, and I was just allowing anyone in my space, which is what most lash artists do when we first start. Everyone's like, oh, I'll just take anyone. I'll take anyone who wants to be in my chair, you know. But in all honesty, girl, no, you need to know who you are, know what you want to do with your business, and then you need to niche down to a specific type of client, because you have a specific type of style, a specific type of way of doing things, and this is how you're going to implement this and your authenticity into your business. All right. So yeah, I wish I would have learned how to just know myself more, so that way I could show up more authentically in my business, because now I'm showing up the most authentically in my business, and it does wonders for me. I have so many of you ladies on here who, you know, comment and send me DMs and emails, and, you know, just such nice words, you know, where y'all say like, you inspire me and you help me and thank you for telling the truth and things like that. And that's because I'm truly being authentic. I'm truly showing up in the way that I feel is going to serve not only myself best, but also you as well, as a lash artist, as a lash client, lash student, whatever the case may be. All right. So yes, continuing on, what would I do? The next thing of what I would do if I had to start over again as a lash artist, I would put all the money back into myself and into my business. Whenever I first started making a lot of money as a lash artist, girl, I know you've watched, I hope you've watched some of the other videos where I do talk about money management and how I used to spend so carelessly, and buying drinks and taking our friends out and taking trips and just, you know, doing all this stuff that really did not help me put back in my business. So if I had to start all over again as a lash artist, I started making all this money, $1,000 days, $1,000 weeks, you know, which was a lot for me. This, you know, whenever I became a lash artist and I started having like where I can make 1,000 in 2 days, compared to I used to work 2 weeks at almost 80 hours every 2 weeks, and I could never touch $1,000 ever. And so whenever I started getting my hands on this money, I started spending carelessly. I started just, sending cash app here to my brother, my sister, to my aunt, to my cousin, to my mom, taking care of things. You know, anytime anyone asked me for something, I was like, yes, yeah, for sure, yeah. Even if clients would be like, oh, I'm kind of short this week, girl, and I'd be like, yeah, sure, you know. And so it was just like this, like I felt like taken advantage of, even though I did it to myself. So one thing I would do, girl, if I was a beginner lash artist starting over again, making this money, I would put this back into my space, back into myself as well too. So girl, take care of yourself, you know, buy yourself some new comfortable girl stuff, some new girl undies, some bras, some comfortable shirts, you know, some comfy pants. We're working all day, some socks, some comfy shoes, maybe some makeup, you know, maybe some hair tools, because you have to look presentable as a lash artist, you know. Keep your nails done, keep, you know, and I would invest in myself that way, but also investing in yourself business wise. Okay, girl. So if this is, like I said, if you are taking time to invest in therapy, so that way you can talk to someone and you can vent, and this allows you to show up as a better lash artist. Or maybe you have a coach, whatever type of coach that is, or you're learning business or finance, or like I said, really the sky is the limit. Okay, girl. But investing in actually something that's going to come back into your business. Okay, so also investing in your lash space, investing back where your clients are paying you a lot of money. So investing in really good products, investing in making your lash room cozy, you know, cute rugs, warm blankets, a nice lash bed. You know, girl, I cannot tell you how annoying it is when I see all, like, some of these lash artists out here who have, like, girl, they have all the whole outfit, they have the bag, they have the car, they have everything, but then they show videos of a massage table in their room and like, it's like you obviously have money because you have these materials, but you're not investing this back to your clients. So imagine, you know, you're a client and someone's charging $500 for a lash set, and you go in and you lay on a flat massage bed that's not comfortable, hurts your neck, hurts your back. You can't even get on without feeling like you're gonna break the table, like, girl. So yeah, invest back into your business. Okay, make your space be comfortable, cozy, clean, just top tier. And girl, this will also do so much, not only for your clients, but for yourself and for your business as well, all together. When you're investing in yourself, in your actual workspace, and this is visible to your clients, it does wonders. Okay, whenever I first started out with certain supplies, I knew they weren't the best because they were like super cheap. And I'm not bashing Amazon products at all, because I love Amazon. I love Amazon for throwaway products, and I just love how fast they are with some of the things versus other lash artists here, okay? But these trays were like $10 on there. They were just super plasticky, super cheap. This is why I say invest in a mentor who's actually like doing it and actually investing in the business and really doing it, because like I said, I went to go learn for free. I went to go learn for cheap, and I learned about cheap products and cheap ways of just like thinking and being. And I don't recommend that for you as a lash artist, especially as a beginner lash artist, because this can just mess with your mind, and it can really mess with the way that you show up in your business. All right. So, yes, you really need to actually like invest in your space and let your clients know that you're here for them and you're here for this, okay? Because if you're taking care of yourself, but you're not investing back in your space, and your clients start to see that, they're like, it gets cheaper, it gets worse every time, whatever the case may be, your clients do not want to have to pretty much deal with any of that at all. All right. So yes, I would also, just like I said, not spend as much money on people so carelessly, because it's like, the faster it comes, the faster it can go as well too. So really just, girl, learning how to set up healthy boundaries and learning how to pretty much put all your money back into yourself and your business. That way, when someone asks you for money or asks you for help, you can be like, oh, I'm sorry, like everything is actually in my business. It's not even mine. That's what I learned now, is that the money you make is not actually even yours. It's your business's, and you're supposed to pay yourself from a separate account. You're supposed to pay yourself, every week or every month, however you need to, with however much you're making. But that money is technically your business's money, not your money to use. So learning about it that way as well too helps you from spending so carelessly, and learning how to just put that money back into actual things that are going to bring you back even more, because we want our money to bring us back more. We don't want to use our money on things that aren't bringing us anything of value and not helping us. All right. So the next thing I would do if I had to start over as a lash artist, I would actually learn how to ask more questions. If I was a beginner lash artist, I would ask more questions. I don't know what it is about whenever we're beginning, whenever we actually have the right to ask all these questions and we don't want to ask any questions as a lash artist. But if I was a lash artist, I would ask more questions. Ask more questions, meaning I would ask more questions to myself about, how did this make me feel? How did that client make me feel? How did I show up today? How can I be better? I would also ask my clients how I could show up, how I could be better, how the space could be better, if they like something, if they didn't like something, if they preferred something over another thing, okay? So yeah, I would actually ask more questions and want to find more solutions to the problem, because if the most reason why most of us don't want to ask questions is because we don't want to feel stupid, because we know we don't have the answer. But that's the reason why we ask questions. But our society, how we live, has conditioned us to not ask questions, to not fail, to feel dumb, to feel embarrassed over these things, when in all actuality, you do not know these things. So it is okay to ask as many questions as you need to. And if someone makes fun of you for asking a question, or makes you feel bad for you asking a question, then just know it's probably because they don't know the answer, and it's not your fault, and you should go and find someone else. And you also this, girl, always try to find like 3+ opinions or 3+ answers on whatever the question is that you're asking, okay? Get different opinions, get different views, and see how you like what is being shared, and how you can share that information, or how you can reinterpret whatever it is that you are learning or seeking. All right, so that is super important, okay? Especially when you come into a new industry and you don't know anything. If I was a beginner lash artist, I would ask all the questions and try to find as many solutions to as many problems as I could, so that way I could feel confident, and I would feel reassured that I knew everything I really needed to know to be a successful lash artist. All right. And the last thing that I would do, I know I've shared probably about like 7 or 8 things. I really wanted to do like, top 10 things I would do if I had to start over as a lash artist. But girl, I just get messed up with the numbers. I blabber on. So just continuing on, this is going to be the last thing. And then I'm going to let you go for the night, girl. I'll let you go and enjoy your day and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. But the next thing that I would do, and this is the last thing, okay? The last thing I would do if I was a beginner lash artist is I would create a space that would fully allow me to show up as the best lash artist that I could be, okay? If I was a beginner lash artist, my main focus would be to create a space that is comfortable not only for myself, but for my clients, and also allows me to show up fully in my business, all right? So I have spoken time and time again about how I started in a salon and I was paying $175 a week. Not only was I in a salon setting with other girls, it made it hard to sometimes focus on myself, but I was also paying a lot of money, and I was also just kind of embarrassed and ashamed of my journey. I was a beginner. I was starting out completely brand new. The other girls in the area had already had clients and already had they just seemed like they had it all, and I just felt like such a beginner, okay? So I was in a salon space and I didn't feel comfortable to like do videos, post pictures, talk about my business, share my business. Now, girl, I'm in my own space. It is completely how I want it. No one's messing with me. No one bothers me. I don't have salon setting. I don't have other people around me to intimidate me or try to make me feel like I don't have enough yet. I don't have that anymore. So what this does is it allows me to show up in my business fully. It allows me to express myself the way I want to. It allows me to be creative. It allows me to actually flourish and be who Kristen wants to be as a lash artist, as a lash coach. And because of that, it gives me so much contentment and it gives me so much fulfillment, and it brings so much joy and happiness to my heart. And this is why I share this with you girls, because you do not have to have a horrible lash journey, girl, okay? This is why I'm sharing with you what I would do if I had to start over. And I hope, like I said, this reaches who it needs to reach. So that way, if you're a new lash artist, you're a beginner lash artist, or you're just thinking about being a licensed lash artist, you can first of all come work with me at HM Lash University, where I have a school in Texas online that can help you get your lash specialty license, okay? You can actually learn the skill and learn the business, and you can also learn how to just thrive and be authentic and show up as the best version of you for yourself and for your business and for your clients. That is all that we are here for at the end of the day. But like I said, the fulfillment and the contentment and the happiness and the joy that I get from getting to create what I want to create and be who I want to be, it is completely unmatched, girl, okay? So I hope that this video helps you. These are the top things that I would do if I had to start over as a lash artist, all right? This is 6 years ago. I cannot really imagine if I had to start over again, but if I had to, girl, this is exactly the things that I would do. So I hope this helps. Leave a comment below. Let me know if any of this helped you, if you resonated with any of this, and I will see you on the next video, okay, girl? Thanks for spending some time with me. Have a good rest of the day. I'll see you later, okay? Okay, bye.